Hi people, I am CA Rajesh. I am a chartered accountant practicing and working as a faculty for auditing and taxation at Masterminds. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to score 100% marks in your true or false statements in your auditing and assurance paper. Let me have a clarity of how paper will be looking like. In your paper, the first question, that is the compulsory question, will be carrying 14 marks, in which you are going to have true or false statements. You are going to get total 8 questions. Out of 8 questions, you are supposed to write only 7 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So overall, you are going to get 14 marks. It's very important that we have a choice that can be ignored. Yes. Like in the true or false statement writing, it's not merely that you are going to write that true or false. It's not sufficient that you are going to write just true or false. The explanation, that justification for that true or false becomes most important. Hardly for writing true or false, you are going to get some half mark or the 0.75 mark. If the valuation is a good person, he may give you maximum 1 mark. So it may be half mark, maybe 0.75 marks, maybe 1 mark. But for writing the explanation, you are going to get good marks. So first of all, remove the misconception that this true or false statement is a kind of objective. It's not. It's a complete descriptive part only. Yes. And let me tell you, if he's giving you 2 marks on a simple statement or a simple true or false, definitely question will be very much tricky. So he's not giving you as simple as that. So maybe out of 8 questions, no, maybe 2 questions may be very much simple, but remaining all questions will be generally tricky in nature. So when you are telling tricky, now what kind of tricky it will be, sir? That is for which we are here. Okay. So how he is going to convert the question to be tricky, sir? First and foremost, whatever the statement is going to cover in true or false, mostly some 90% cases, he is going to cover from ICA material only. What he'll do is, he'll try to cut the statement from the ICA material, he'll paste in the question paper. But while pasting, no. If he's feeling like he's going to give the question easy, he'll give the statement as it is. The question may be coming as it is. Or else, he may try to change or alter some kind of words. Sir, what kind of alteration, sir? He may add some extra word, or he may delete a word, or from a statement, no, one part of definition may be given, other part of definition may be ignored, or instead of not, he may remove the not, or he may add the word extra not. So he's going to alter the words or statements. Maybe there may be 2 statements. Out of that, he'll give you only 1 statement. One statement he's going to cut off, or instead of not, he's going to remove the not, or instead of, I can say, professional judgment, he's going to use arbitrary. Like that, instead of auditor, he'll say management. See, what will happen? He'll take the content from ICA material only, but there he's going to either change the words or statements completely. Okay. Yes. So you have to be very much clever in writing that answer. So what is the meaning of clever? Very simple. You should be having a good command over the subject. Only when you have a good command over the subject, only when you have revised the entire masterminds material, you will be in a position to answer that question. Yes. And remember that it's very important that your explanation is complete. Sir, it's not simple that you are going to get it out of 2 marks. You have to first write whether the statement is true or false. Then you have to write the explanation. That explanation should be such a way that it should be very much crystal clear. You have to say why it's true, why not it's false. So very important. You have to say why it's true, why not it's false. When both side of reasoning you have to give. Sir, what is the meaning of it? Let's try to understand with some small examples. So what I have done from the previous some 4 question papers, I have picked some important true or false statement which can be explained here. So from that, I'll try to make you ensure that how you are going to write the true or false statement answers. Okay, let's come to the first one. First question. The term analytical procedures means evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationship among financial data and non-financial data. Let me tell you, this statement is nothing but as it is a copy paste of SA 520 analytical procedure definition. In SA 520, we have the definition of analytical procedure. What is analytical procedure? It's nothing but evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationship among financial data and non-financial data. This statement, what you'll write, answer is statement is true because absolutely it's a copy paste of definition only. Sir, answer is true, okay, you'll get 1 mark there. But what is the reasoning you have to write? Reasoning is very simple. You have to write under SA 520, analytical procedure has been defined. It's about, you are going to write the statement again. It's about evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationship among financial data and non-financial data. But the word plausible now is a technical word. You have to define that. The word plausible means acceptable. Relationship among financial data and non-financial data, that you are supposed to analyze. Sir, what analysis? See, analytical procedure means having establishing a relation between financial to financial or non-financial to financial. So that financial to financial may be current year to previous year to current year budget to current year actual, maybe current year industry data to current year entity data, or current year auditor's expectation to current year actual. So like this you are going to elaborate. Statement is true, you are explaining the true statement. See, when the statement is true, no, you will be confused what is the reason I have to write. What you have to write? That statement wherever it's covered, no, that you have to give an explanation. What explanation I told? Essay 520, you have to write the standard number. Second, what plausible means acceptable. Then what is the meaning of financial data, non-financial data? It may be previous year to current year relation, current year budget to current year actual relation, current year auditor expectation to current year actual, or some non-financial data to financial data. So this is the relation if you have to write. If you write, you will get all the 2 marks here. Only if you write true or false statement, no, you will get only 1 mark maximum. If exam is so like bad person, he'll give you only 0.75 or only half mark. Okay. Yes, that is a question analysis. Okay. Answer is true. Next question. As per essay 240, he is giving you the standard number also. See here. The primary responsibility of auditor is to detect frauds and errors in the financial statements. What the hell is talking here? See, as per essay 240, you know fraud. The primary responsibility of it's not auditor, it's management. It's the primary responsibility of management to identify the frauds and errors, and it's the secondary responsibility of auditor to identify that. So for that reason only management is going to have internal controls. The statement here is what they have done. No, simple sir. They changed a small word here. Instead of management, they want to add word auditor. Here, instead of the word management, they have added the word auditor. Or you can assume other way around also. What? Instead of secondary responsibility, they have added what, sir? Primary responsibility. This is what I mean. What? Change in words, altering the words. The statement is a copy paste, but except one word. What is the one word? It may be primary or secondary. It may be auditor or management. Now, what is the answer you will write here? See, statement is false. Okay. What explanation you are going to give? Explanation is so simple. You will write, as per essay 240, the primary responsibility of an not auditor management is to detect frauds and errors in the financial statements. You will get half mark. Then you explain further. The secondary responsibility of auditor is to detect frauds and errors. Did you understand? So he is combining 2 statements here. He is combining 2 statements by altering the words. That's 2 statements you are supposed to write as an explanation. Clear na? Yes sir. So next one. The next one is very simple. Internal controls cannot eliminate the risk of material misstatements in the financial statements. One line. Internal controls cannot eliminate risk of material misstatements in the financial statements. It's a general explanation. Now, by seeing this, now people feel like, this statement might be true, might be false. Let me analyze that. If you remember the internal controls chapter, there you will find something called the internal controls cannot give you absolute assurance, can give you only reasonable assurance. Internal controls cannot eliminate the risk, they can reduce the risk. Exactly this kind of statement is there in the internal controls chapter, that is essay 315 standard. Why? Because very simple. Even for internal controls also we have inherent limitations. The way the audit suffers from inherent limitations, even internal controls also suffers from inherent limitations. What is the meaning of inherent limitations? Unavoidable restrictions. So if an restriction is unavoidable, that can be called as inherent limitation. That is the reason why internal controls cannot be in a position to completely eliminate the risk of material misstatement. It can only reduce. So what is the statement here? Internal controls cannot eliminate the risk of material misstatement in the financial statements. Yeah, absolutely true. It cannot eliminate. Absolute true statement. But what is the answer? You write internal controls cannot eliminate the risk of material misstatement. Already given, no? You write internal controls can reduce risk of material misstatement. Why? Why not eliminate? Why reduce? Because existence of inherent limitations. To this extent, if you are writing no, you will get full marks. And if you proceed further and write inherent limitation headings, so at least headings like involvement of human judgment, lack of understanding, like cost exceeding benefit, and cost exceeding benefit and collusion. If you are writing these headings now, it's more better. Anyways, see you are getting 2 marks definitely, no? Yes. So next one, audit findings and control deficiencies can be evaluated or assessed arbitrarily. Now this statement again is a copy paste from the standards. The words here, audit findings and controls deficiencies can be evaluated or assessed. Who will evaluate that? Obviously auditor. Now while evaluating, if you remember essay 200, no, it talks about, sir, the auditor has to use a professional judgment. Auditor should use something called professional judgment. Instead of the word professional judgment, they are adding a word called what? Arbitrarily. What is the meaning of arbitrary? Without having any basis. without having any proper understanding, without any proper planning, without any proper knowledge. So instead of the word professional judgment, they are adding exactly opposite word arbitrary. Understood? What is the answer? You'll write audit findings and control deficiencies can be evaluated or assessed using professional judgment. You will not stop there. You will write what is the meaning of professional judgment. See, the exact point stress is what about professional judgment. The professional judgment should be clearly defined. What you will say? Professional judgment is nothing but using your knowledge, skill, training and experience in the decision making process by the auditor. You will not stop there. Along with that, even you have to explain the examiner that, hello boss, along with the word professional judgment, even I know about the word arbitrary also. What is arbitrary? You will explain. Arbitrary means without any knowledge, without any skill, without any proper planning. Did we understand? Yes? Let's go to the next one, sir. In an automated environment, the relationship between application controls and general IT controls over IT system are not interrelated. What is telling? In an automated environment, the application controls and general IT controls doesn't have any relation. That is what they is trying to tell. If you see the masterminds material and also if you see the ICA material also, it's a clear statement that there is a good relationship between application controls and also general IT controls. It's a clear statement in your mastermind material. As a note point, it will be there. What they have done, sir, very simple. As it is statement they copied, but at last what they are adding are interrelated. What they are doing there, they are adding extra word not there. The statement is as it is full. Instead of what interrelated, they are adding what not interrelated. By which no entire statement is going for a toss. What you will do? Simple. As an explanation, you are going to remove the not. You will write statement is false. As an explanation, you will write what? Simply not. You will remove. You will write the statement as it is. With some grammatical changes, obviously. Are we clear? Yes. Next one. Auditor has to disclose the impact, if any, of the pending litigations on the financial position of the auditee in his audit report. Read again carefully. Auditor has to disclose the impact, if any, of the pending litigations on the financial position of the auditee in his audit report. So first of all, preparation of financial statements, whose responsibility? Management responsibility. Whether those are properly there or not, whose responsibility to verify? Auditor responsibility. But what they are telling this statement, they are talking about a basic sense of audit. They are questioning the basics audit sense only. They are telling, as an auditor, you are supposed to tell in the audit report whether all the pending decisions are being disclosed. See here, auditor has to disclose the impact. They are telling what? The auditor has to disclose the impact there. It's not. The management has to disclose the impact and the auditor has to see whether that impact has been properly disclosed or not. So statement is what? False. What explanation you write? The management has to disclose the impact of any pending litigations in the financial statements and auditor has to verify whether the impact is being properly taken. Did we understand? So they are clearly asking about a segregation of duties between management and auditor. That we have to clearly understand. That is what means what? If your statement is false or if your statement is true, what you have to do? First you have to explain why it's true, why not it's false. Here what I told, see the statement is false. Why it's false? It's not auditor responsibility, it's management responsibility. Here, why it's not true? Because auditor has to check and report. It's not about disclosing the impact. Clear? Yes, next one. When inventory under the custody of a control of a third party is material to the financial statements, the auditor can obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence regarding the existence and condition of that inventory by taking a written representation from the management. This statement as it is without any change is except symbol word. They have copied from SA 501. SA 501 talks about some matters there in which their inventory also one of a matter. This line no as it is will be there in the standard except last point. What is that? From management. Instead of the word third party, they are adding the word management. The statement was as it is there from the content, but instead of the word management, what is the word there? The word is third party. Instead of the word third party, they are altering the word. What they are adding here? Management. So what you will write? You will give a reference of SA 501. Along with that, you will say the entire statement you will write, and last you will write what? From third party, not management. You write from third party but not management. With this you will get full marks. Here? Yes. Next one. This is so simple. It's a basic question. See, even basic questions also being covered because they are feeling like people are not referring the basic questions. So misstatements in the financial statements is always because of fraud. This is the basic question. When I say what is misstatement? Misstatement means is a difference between reported and to be reported amount, classification, presentation, disclosure. A misstatement can arise because of two reasons. It may be due to fraud or error. Important. Misstatement may arise because of fraud or error. What is telling here? Misstatement in the financial statement is always because of fraud. It's not so, na. What is that? It may be because of fraud also. It may be because of error also. That common sense you are supposed to have. When you will get that common sense on multiple revisions. We have a fundamentals of auditing chapter. That chapter also is also important for us. See, recognizing the importance of the fundamentals, we created the fundamentals of auditing chapter in your material. So this question is for fundamentals. So what is the answer? Statement is false. What is the correct answer? Misstatement in the financial statements may arise because of fraud, because of errors, not only frauds. Misstatement in the financial statement is always because of fraud. Statement, what is the correct answer? Maybe because of fraud, maybe because of error. It's not only fraud. Clear? Yes. Next one. Once the audit plan has been drafted and communicated, it is obligatory on the auditor to follow the same. This is a straight away question on SA 300, which talks about audit planning is a continuous process. It's not a discrete process. It's an iterative process. That is a statement given there. That means once an audit plan is drafted, if you are feeling that there are some changes required, you are supposed to change that. That is the explanation given in SA 300. But what he is telling here, once the audit plan has been drafted and communicated, and once you prepare the audit plan, it is obligatory on the auditor to follow the same. He is telling, sir, you cannot change, you have to follow that. It's not. If you are having some exceptions, if you are feeling, sir, there are some changes required, obviously you are supposed to change. You are supposed to meet the requirements. You are supposed to go for new procedures. That is the answer will right here. What reference will you give? You will give SA 300. So I suggest strongly that you remember the standard numbers also. See, don't write wrong standard numbers, okay? In true or false, at least no, remember the standard numbers at least, not section numbers for company audit. It's your choice. But what I'm saying is that it's highly recommendatory to remember all the standard numbers, because there are plenty of chances where standards will be asked in the exam for more marks. Okay. So this is how you are supposed to answer the true or false statements. I hope you understood what is the way I have to answer the true or false statements. And very important, people, from Caro reporting total 21 points, especially there are more chances that definitely one question will come from true or false. From Caro 21 reporting points, definitely there are high possibility that one statement will come from Caro. So be careful. Once go through the entire Caro 21 reporting points, once go for an whole reading, then go for the next parts, because there are high possibility of asking. Okay. So hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you very much.